I've been following NBA basketball for almost 2 decades, and I honestly can't recall any number one pick or rookie facing as much hate as the WNBA's 2024 top pick, Caitlin Clark. Take LeBron James, for instance. He didn't face real hate until The Decision. Kevin Durant? Not until he joined Golden State. Ben Simmons wasn't criticized heavily until he began sitting out multiple seasons. Heck, even Dylan Dynasty Brooks didn't earn the widespread hate he has now until he embraced being the league's biggest villain. But do you notice a pattern? There was always a reason, something they did that sparked the hate, and that's fair. People are free to make their choices, but those choices come with consequences. Anyway, I mentioned this because Caitlin Clark isn't just the WNBA's brightest star. She's arguably basketball's biggest rising star, and yet she's facing hate for absolutely no reason at all. I mean, she hasn't trash-talked anyone, she didn't take the easy way out by joining a stacked team, and she's not pulling any shady moves like faking injuries. From what I've seen of her this season and during her college career, she's been playing at an elite level and carrying herself like a true professional. Yet, for some reason, there are still plenty of people treating her like she's done something wrong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into the haters and taking a closer look at how Caitlin Clark has been shutting them down with her incredible performances.
Up in time, Clark for the win! Yeah!
And this is why Caitlin Clark will go down as one of the best to ever play the game.
One of the earliest haters was none other than the legendary Diana Taurasi. For reasons still unclear, Diana Taurasi has been vocal in her criticism of Caitlin Clark. One of her most notable comments was when she claimed Caitlin had it easy in college, warning that she'd face a harsh reality in the WNBA where she'd go up against grown women.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you know, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
In addition to this, before the 2024 WNBA draft, Diana Taurasi threw more shade at Caitlin, saying that if it were up to her, Caitlin wouldn't have been the first pick.
I'm taking Paige. Next question.
So if you had the number one pick this year, you would take Paige over Caitlin?
Absolutely.
So, in another interview, she claims Paige is the best player, even better than Caitlin because of her passing ability.
I said she's the best player in basketball already. For the simple fact is she can pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you can tell Diana is throwing shade at Caitlin Clark. I'm not saying Paige is a bad player or anything, but in college basketball, she averaged just 4.5 assists per game. Caitlin, on the other hand, led the NCAA in assists for 3 consecutive years and nearly doubled Paige's numbers, with an impressive career average of 8.2 assists per game. What makes this hate by Diana even sadder is that Caitlin Clark once looked up to her.
Honestly, she was probably one of the first women's basketball players I really grew up idolizing.
To make things even more sad, despite Caitlin's superstar status entering the WNBA, Diana never reached out to her. Not even once.
The best advice that Bet has given you in game this season?
Nobody gives me advice in game. I wish.
Caitlin has never spoken ill of Diana. You won't find a single soundbite of her saying anything negative about Taurasi. But she certainly got her revenge where it matters most, on the court. In their highly anticipated first matchup, Caitlin completely dominated, posting a double-double with 15 points and 12 assists, leaving no doubt who owned the court that day. In their second matchup, with Diana sidelined, Caitlin took control once again, putting up another double-double with 20 points and 13 assists, leading her team to a blowout victory. Then, in their third and final matchup of the season, with Diana having one last chance to make a statement, Caitlin delivered the knockout blow, dropping 29 points and 10 assists, sealing a 3-0 sweep of Diana's Phoenix Mercury. Diana claimed Caitlin was in for a rude awakening in the WNBA, where she'd be facing fully grown women. Instead, Caitlin made both her and those fully grown women look like they were just old women. Another hater Caitlin Clark shuts down was Lexi Brown. During an episode of Gil's Arena, Lexi made the outrageous claim that all Caitlin could do was shoot threes.
Who plays the style that how
What
Caitlin
is the
plays?
style? Just threes?
Wow. It's not just threes.
What is her style?
Well, now that it's September, it's clear both in foresight and hindsight that Lexi Brown's comment was pure hate. I mean, first off, she had to know Caitlin led the NCAA in assists for 3 straight years. And to top it off, Caitlin is now leading the WNBA in assists too, averaging over 8 per game. Funny how that turned out. Anyway, also on Gil's Arena, Brown basically claimed that she could do everything Caitlin does if only she had the green light to do so.
Now, who plays like Caitlin is what I'm saying from a female. Who do you think plays like her? Haven't seen a female play like her.
No, me either.
That's all I'm saying.
But I think it's like from a freedom standpoint too. I haven't seen a player with that type of green light before in college. I've had games in college and pro, 6, 7, 8 threes made out of 12, 11, 13, not 20.
She was essentially implying that Caitlin Clark isn't anything too special. But dang, guys, let's look at the facts. In the 2 games they faced off, Caitlin completely outclassed Lexi. We're talking 41 points to 8, 4 blocks to 1, 7 steals to 1, 14 assists to 4, 15 rebounds to 9. Even in effective field goal percentage, it's 45% to 32%. These two aren't in the same league, yet Lexi had the nerve to trash talk Caitlin, claiming she's not special. That's absolutely ridiculous. Equally ridiculous was Team USA leaving Caitlin off the roster. They claimed it was due to certain criterias.
You know, essentially it was the committee's job to pick the 12 that, based on our selection criteria.
By excluding Caitlin, they basically implied she didn't meet their criteria. Now, here's why that's completely absurd. Take a look at the latest MVP ladder. Nafisa Collier from the Minnesota Lynx sits at number 3. Asia Wilson of the Los Angeles Aces is at number 1. And right between them, at number 2, is Caitlin Clark. What they're essentially saying is that arguably the second best player in the league wasn't good enough to make the team. This is someone who just took a bottom-tier team, turned them into a playoff contender, and since June has led them to become the 3rd best team in the league.
Indiana, shot clock at 14. Clark, step back, hits a 3.
Caitlin Clark's dominance on the court is making the WNBA's critics look foolish, to be honest. Next up is arguably Caitlin's biggest hater, Angel Reese. It's no secret that Angel has a strong dislike for her. I mean, from the 2023 NCAA Championship to early in the WNBA when Angel smacked Caitlin on the head and cheered on teammates who assaulted her, to All-Star Weekend, where she shot a half-court 3 right after Caitlin missed and then celebrated with the entire team except Caitlin. Whether it's jealousy or something else, Angel clearly has a grudge against her. Anyway, Caitlin definitely got her revenge in the WNBA, dominating Angel Chicago Sky with a 3-1 season series win in their rookie year. But the real statement came in their final meeting, where Caitlin delivered the most damage. The Rookie of the Year award, along with so much more, was on the line in that game, and Caitlin absolutely delivered, crushing it when it mattered most. In this game, Caitlin proved to the world that there's an ocean between her and Angel, that they're not even in the same category when it comes to basketball. I mean, Caitlin had already racked up 31 points and 13 assists when she left the game with 3:52 remaining in the 4th, sitting comfortably on a 27-point lead. Meanwhile, at that same point, Angel had just 5 points and 9 rebounds. The difference was undeniable. On top of dominating the game, Caitlin was having a blast on the bench, sipping Gatorade and dancing, while Angel Reese was left stat padding, chasing a double-double. People around the world took notice of Angel's actions during the game, and social media lit up, calling her a stat patter, among other criticisms. This game cemented Caitlin Clark as an absolute megastar while making Angel Reese look like a desperate stat chaser. It was the perfect revenge for Caitlin against someone who's been hating on her from day one. One of the last haters of Caitlin Clark is none other than WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes. In a previous episode of Gil's Arena, Sheryl Swoopes appeared as a guest and didn't hold back, taking the opportunity to trash talk Caitlin.
She's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Like, you should be killing them. Yeah. Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay. Sheryl claimed Caitlin was a 25-year-old playing against younger college girls, when in reality, Caitlin was 22 and competing against players her own age. She also exaggerated, saying Caitlin was taking 40 shots per game, though she only averaged 22.7. On top of that, Sheryl downplayed Caitlin's accomplishments, calling her scoring title illegitimate. She later went on to praise the Indiana Fever, mentioning several players by name, but not Caitlin.
She sat up there and was applauding Indiana Fever players, but then forgot to mention Caitlin Clark.
That was completely absurd, like praising Draymond and Clay while ignoring Curry, or praising Rodman and Pippen but leaving out Michael. The reality is, Caitlin is right there as the top scorer on the Fever, while also leading the team in assists. So, to discuss the Fever without even mentioning Caitlin is completely ridiculous. Oh, and how did Caitlin shut down Sheryl Swoopes? By doing absolutely nothing at all. I'm not kidding. Caitlin hasn't said a word about any of this. But meanwhile, Sheryl Swoopes is self-destructing. I mean, she's now in online spats with Stephen A. Smith, feuding with fellow WNBA legend Nancy Lieberman, and all this hating on Caitlin has done nothing but damage her own reputation across the board. For example, she's part of the Dallas Wings broadcast team, but when the Fever came to town, they had to pull her off the broadcast due to all the drama she stirred up. What's hilarious is that, again, Caitlin has remained completely silent throughout all of this, while Swoopes resorted to publicly sharing screenshots of their private conversation. Here's what fans online are saying about all the hate Sheryl has been throwing. Sheryl Swoopes really sunk so low that people have to agree with Stephen A. Smith now. And it's sad to see her swoop to that level. Caitlin Clark truly represents what it means to be a standout WNBA player. And it's not a stretch to say that she's already become the face of the league. She's handled every bit of hate with grace, letting her game speak for itself. That's how she's been silencing her critics and demolishing her haters. Oh, and remember when I talked about Caitlin's final game against Angel Reese, where she completely dominated and made Angel look defeated? Well, if you want the full story of what went down in that game and just how badly Caitlin crushed her, be sure to check out this video where I break down every detail.